stress the date.
Thanks for bringing that up.
Stress the date.
Stress the date. Yes.
Stress the date, right?
We're going to stress the date in this
Stress
next
the
interview.
date. Okay, when is this history?
Let's do it first.
Forum
Let's get
in
it out of the
Calico?
way. Gloria Gushue is here from Calico Rock.
Thank you.
And talking about a history forum.
No, actually, we've come out with a new book.
Oh,
this is the History Forum of Calico Rock.
Okay.
And history, as you know, can be black and white. It's usually pretty black and white, but it's really not when you start talking to people about events that were happening. And
so I should quit reading that gray history book?
Yes. Try to find a color one. It looks a lot
okay.
better.
All right. Now, when you say black and white, you mean it's
not cut and dry.
It's cut and dry. It is cut and dry.
Well, it is
right?
basically, if you read a history book, it says Lincoln did this and so did this. But in reality, if you actually went into what really happened and all the little sidelines, as is on television today, as you know, all the little sidelines, you don't put that in black and white. You don't put that in the print. You just kind of put the bare facts in it. So
the history forum goes in depth?
It goes in depth.
Oh,
We've really gone
cool.
in. It's kind of neat. It's really kind of different. It's been a 2-year project putting it together. The book actually starts in 1831, but Calico Rock actually started in 1800. So there's years there that we didn't have information, but we're
30 years
really 30 years of nothing. We know that it was being explored and that type of thing, but it came and went. We really don't have a lot of documentation for that time. And then what we've done here, it's like anything else. When you start talking about, people start telling you about events that are happening, and this person says, no, this was it. No, this was it. So we've really been able to compile enough information to put a book together. The history in Calico Rock has basically been added into Izard County, added with this group, or into the Izard County historian or that, but it's not really been segregated out on its own, and that's what we've done. We've actually taken this book with a lot of help of a lot of people. It's been a 2-year project, as I said, and we've told everyday stories and things that have actually happened and going through the whole thing. It's been a real enlightening thing. I've not been able to read this whole thing back and forth yet. I will one of these days, but right now when I have a vacation.
But does it have the typical chapters like Pioneer Family?
Well, it is. Like we have things like the last decade of slavery. If you remember, I came and talked about the Native Americans, and we talk about the Trail of Tears, the Bangui route, which was part of that. We talked the river traffic. Schoolcraft, which was the first exposition that came out to that area. We talk about the railroad as it came, and Lower Main Street. We talk about the different stores that were on there, whether we got the Gardner store, the Floyd grocery store, Chinese store, Hayden store before it became the Chinese store, and stories that went along with it and people that were involved with it. Naming people, naming names, naming events that happened during that time. And that's an everyday thing.
What's interesting, it's about 150 years of history there. Well, I'm over 50. I mean, I guess there's a lot that happened since my lifetime, but it doesn't seem like a whole lot.
No, it doesn't.
But going from buggies and horse-drawn and
the main
no electricity.
Changes, you think about it. We laugh in a sense because, Calico Rock started, as you well know, as a riverboat town, coming from the Mississippi, coming up there. And when you think about it, it brought the supplies to start the Iron Railroad. Well, guess what? There's no more riverboat traffic because the Iron Railroad took over and there wasn't any need for the riverboat traffic.
There's not much railroad anymore either.
No. So, it just kind of works its way through, and it's kind of interesting. As we have in the interactive part of our museum, it also shows all of that type of thing. It's been kind of an interesting thing.
That's neat.
It's crazy. It's really crazy.
So these are printed and
ready for purchase. These are printed and ready for purchase.
Okay.
This is set up by our foundation. It's our moneymaker for us. They're sold at $20. And all the money goes back into the foundation and into the operation of the museum. Not my salary, okay?
Okay. So you're saying that, and I see if I got this right. You were talking earlier that you took Izard County out of Calico Rock, and you focused on Calico Rock,
strictly on Calico Rock. So much so many people, they lump you into an area and it's got, we got that other thing. Well, we wanted to know about Calico Rock. People come in that have been there and come back. I've been there for 21 years now in Calico Rock, and people will come and say, "Did you know?" And I don't know. And then you go to the Historical Society and you say, "Well, did you know?" And they go, "It's not in our books. It didn't happen." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, this one and this one passed it down from," and you have to, and that's really how it was done. It was passed down. They didn't write down everything because they thought at that time it's just an everyday thing for them.
Right, as we do today.
Why do we need to, we don't need to write everything down. Yeah. Well, that's how the history starts. And so that's how we've been able to write down. We've been able to get 3 or 4 members of the family to finally agree, oh, well, yeah, maybe it did happen. And that's how we end up putting this
So do you
book
ever
together.
have any stories that you say, well, that sounds kind of unbelievable. How are we going to verify all that?
We have a lot of that.
Yeah, I bet you do.
We really do have a lot of that.
Do you invite family stories?
We actually have we have several different people that are really involved in this part more so than mine is the museum and keeping things together, but trying to help everybody else, but doesn't always work that way. So we divide off. There are some people that like doing nothing but interviews and doing that type of thing and are better at it than I am. They'll go out and they'll know with a recorder and record. We have people that are passed away now that we have their recordings, and it's almost a shame that we didn't do it on video type thing where we could actually show them at that time. One of the things that I'm trying to do is to get a machine that sits up in the museum that the people can see their ancestors come in and actually talk about different things that happen. There's a lot of stories that it's amazing. You can to sit in the office and have the people come in and talk about the things that have happened. There's talks of that there's a cave underneath our museum that it was used for slavery, the Underground Railroad, and different things. So, I mean,
start digging.
That's what I said. I said,
let's prove this thing.
I said, look, you gotta. But we've had families that's been able to verify it. So, but again, it's not in black and white, so therefore it can't really happen.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. So you've got to prove them wrong, and that's what we're trying to do. But this is our first of a series, we're hoping. This one goes to 1966. And we're hoping that there'll be other families now, after reading this, that will come forward with other
some
things.
verification, hopefully.
Be able to verify things. And
even if you're not if you're a resident of Calico Rock or Izzard County, you can still, if somebody likes history, you should be getting more involved with history.
I should get more involved with history. Yeah, my love of it and everything.
But these are available for $20.
They're $20. They can call the museum at 297-4129. We'll mail them to you. There is a shipping charge. I found out today that it was more than what I thought, so we ended
more than $5.
It's actually $2.50 to mail it.
$2.50,
which I was surprised. I thought it was going to be $2.
Like that?
No, book rate was more.
Oh, really?
I was surprised, and you have to have a permit now to have book rate.
Okay.
So we don't, but anyway, we were able to mail them to you, and I sent some today. Actually, I sent 3 of them out to Colorado and 1 to California.
Interesting, yeah.
So that's kind of neat.
Now, while you're here, mention the hours of the museum's operation.
The museum is open Tuesday through Saturday from 9 to 5, and we have it totally decorated for Christmas. You really ought to come down and see it. We have a beautiful front window. Don't laugh. I have a white tree with bronze ornaments on it. And it really, I knew he was going to do that.
One of those 1970s white fake trees?
No, it's a beautiful. No, it's a new fake tree.
It's a new fake tree. Okay.
But it's got bronze ornaments. I've got all bronze on it and peacock feathers.
Okay, good.
It's my designer tree.
Neat.
All right.
So if you're interested in the Calico Rock
history of Calico Rock
from 1831 to 1966, for anyone that loves history or would like to know more about Calico Rock in that area. The phone number one more time. 870-297-4129. And we want to thank you for giving us all the time that you have given us. It's been wonderful. Anytime.
We
appreciate it. We can help you. We love the response. If you get a response from it, we'd love to hear about it.
Well, we have really enjoyed it, and history is just every day. I'm learning more every day from the people coming in. We have a gentleman that comes in every other day now to tell me that he was related to Chief Bingy, and I'm going, okay. Well, he didn't know that.
Yeah.
But now that everybody's looking for that genealogy. So we're going to eventually try to put a genealogy portion together. Again, everything's lumped into Izzard County, so we're trying to
next time he comes in, he'll have a business card with that on there. I'm related to.
I think we should do that.
That'd be good. Gloria, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Have a safe trip back to Calico Rock. Joan Baxter's up next. Toy Run for the Marion County children. We'll be talking with her. Stay with us.